Recording? All right, good. We're recording. Good. Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, even scattered amongst the heathen nations that take on the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black thing, and this is also not a religion of this world, but yet this has been given unto the congregations of Jacob as an heritage. This is our nationality, it's our bloodline, it's our history, which is no longer a mystery, and it is the promises of Israel's future. This is Hawashai Nawana, coming back at you with another portion of Shameful Spewing upon their freaking glory, man. All right, these people have gotten away. Well, they haven't gotten away with anything, all right, not a damn thing. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering their most secret parts. There is no way that they've hid from anything, but however, they have set themselves up to be that white people, and they've set up others to be the black, so to speak, right? And those are just social constructs, but nonetheless, though, not to get into that lesson, but, you know, they're definitely most certainly not white, all right? Not only are they red, but white being considered as in the way of good and morally wholesome, all right, and black being the complete opposite, all right, nigritude and all those other definitions that come along with it. Being black would be a bad thing, you know. You got the black markets, you got, you know, black sites, you know, these things. So that's why they call you black, all right, which is a byword, a proverb, and a byword. But anyway, you know, the time has come for this shameful spewing, all right. You've tried to hide yourselves from the media on all these conflicts, these confrontations that you guys have. All right, you hide yourself, you know, through your policies and shit like that. You know, all these laws and shit like that. You know, putting Jake in the headlines opposed to yourselves, but it's all good. Like I said, you know, we're gonna get to the point. Shameful spewing upon that glory. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check this out. But let's read first Deuteronomy 30:7, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." All right, and that's what we're seeing, the translation of the kingdom. All right, I'll look for that one while this is playing, you know. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just let this visual aid do its thing. All right, and then we'll get some more scriptures. All right, so without further ado, here you go.
To witness his own. A father went to his ex-wife's house only for his child to witness his own father's death. After the incident, the local police refused to disclose details of the case, and a local judge sealed the evidence to prevent public inquiries until the victim's wife leaked the story. It turned out that the judge in the case was the gunman's wife, while the gunman was having an affair with the victim's ex-wife.
Please, I ask the police to take action. I ask the Attorney General's office to take action.
That's a whole damn mess. Let's hear that again, you know, because this dude's popping, you know, his woman is the judge, and then the dude's ex, let's just hear it again.
Until the victim's wife leaked the story case, and a local judge. After the incident, the local police refused to disclose details of the case, and a local judge sealed the evidence to prevent public inquiries until the victim's wife leaked the story. It turned out that the judge in the case was the gunman's wife, while the gunman was having an affair with the victim's ex-wife.
So, the gunman's wife is the judge, and while he was popping this one, which is the one you're seeing on the screen, and that's her man that got smoked. But her man got smoked because she's popping on dude, and dude just wants to see his children. And my guy, since he wanted to see his children, you know what I'm saying? What a mess. What a fucking mess, man. Anyway, let's let this roll through. All right.
wife leaked the story. It turned out that the judge in the case was the gunman's wife, while the gunman was having an affair with the victim's ex-wife.
Please, I ask the police to take action. I ask the Attorney General's office to take action. I want justice for my husband, Chad Reed.
Later, she petitioned the court for custody of the children, but her request was denied. The victim's eldest son blamed his biological mother for his father's death and threatened to run away from home if he ever saw the gunman there. The youngest son, who witnessed the shooting, remains trapped in grief and visits an online memorial.
Witnessed that shooting, but check this out, though. I'm seeing July 25th, 2022. You know, so they did a good job of trying to hide this. You know what I'm saying? That's you're not gonna see this shit on the news like that. You know, but yeah. Anyway, shameful spewing upon that glory. You know what I'm saying? Nothing hid that shall not be revealed, man. They hide themselves like that and shit, but it's all good because you know what I'm saying. These days, you know, Esau, man, all your shit is out there, man. All your dirty laundry. Your women don't love you anymore. All right, you're being shown as that man of blood. Even the way that man shot him and then stood back and put his hands up like, yeah, hey, you know, I didn't want to do it, but, you know, I mean, like, he wasn't even shaking, no remorse, no, you know, he was just like, man, I didn't want to do it, but shit, popped him in front of the children. Damn, you know, in front of his own son. Shit, kill a man in front of his own child. I mean, you better hope that child don't grow up. I mean, and you know, because the son already said, he said, man, if I see him around, I'm going to run away from home. So you have a child that's, you know, feels like that. Now imagine him as a young adult. Imagine him getting a hold of something, all right, and avenging his father, you know. I mean, come on, man.
Remains trapped in grief and visits an online memorial every year to honor his father. However, to this day, the gunman has been cleared of all charges and has faced no legal consequences. While many lawyers shared their opinions and caused a massive public outcry, it could not change the criminal verdict.
There's something called provoking the difficulty. You cannot interject violence into a situation and then claim self-defense.
You can't escalate the situation, make a violent situation, and then claim self-defense.
I'm not aware of any justifications.
In the end, a civil lawsuit was filed demanding $51 million in damages from the gunman.
I don't know what the value of life is in the state of Texas. I could make a good argument that the value of life is much more than $50 million.
All right. So, yeah, you know, that's wild. You know, that's wild. But Colton Reed, you know, he got smoked by Kyle, you know, right in front of his own son, you know. And, you know, now you got one woman that, you know, he was popping both the women. What a freaking mess. Anyway, but through these laws and stuff like that, of course, he gets away. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case. And, man, that's messed up. Proverbs 26:27, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him. All right, these things, they devise these things in order to make it so that way Jake, you know what I'm saying, would basically be the on the bottom all the time, and that he would be on the top, that they could hold themselves not guilty through these laws and things like that. All right, through all these things, the way that they exploited our women, and it all the way to the end of it. You know what I'm saying? All these laws, they're starting to come back on them. All those devices, and it's coming back to them in perfection. You know, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, has delivered them into their own damn mischiefs. You got this dude popping two women, The law, he's able to get away from smoking the man in cold blood in front of his own, you know, the other man's own son. You know what I'm saying? And then his wife is the freaking judge, and he gets away with all this? Damn. 2nd Ezra 15. Let's just go here real quick and shut this down. 2nd Ezra 15, and we'll go at about 53, and we'll read down. If thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. And this is what we're starting to see, the recompense coming upon them for the things that they have done unto the children of Israel. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall our power do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. All right, and focusing exactly on that. These things have been the things that you've seen with the J community all the time, and they paint us as the freaking only people on the earth that do that shit. It's just us, da 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 da. No. It's been these motherfuckers the whole time, through all their policies, through their laws and everything, man. This is what they have fucking done. All right? But now you're seeing them be the victim of their own handiwork. They're victims of their own handiwork. All right? And it's not going to take much long before, look, like I said, all downhill, all gas, no brakes. All right? They're getting ready to get all these curses as stated in Deuteronomy 30 in the 7th verse. All right? They're going to see their destruction. Let's go to Baruch. I think it's Baruch and not Job. We'll visit Job real quick too, but let's go to Baruch, the 4th chapter, and the 20. And the 20. And the 25th verse. It reads, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath which is come upon you from our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck." We are looking at his destruction, and he knows his destruction too, because these oppressors, this is what's written, this is what's prophesied of what you're getting ready to receive from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, as stated in Job. Let's go on over here to Job real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because your widows shall not weep for you, man. You're a bloody ass man, and you, man, you're just man. You're being found out in every sense of the way. Job 27 and 15. Job 27 and 13. "This is the portion of a wicked man with our power, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep." Look, man, your women are definitely turning away from you, all right? They see you as that bloody-ass man. From the high places, from the Epstein situations, from all the things across the freaking board. You're the heavyweight champion of blood, and you're even doing like, man, oh my goodness. I'm liking to see it, man. You know, I mean, it's sad, because it's like, damn, you know, I mean, you could only imagine, you know, but, you know, the son loses father like that in front, and it is in front of his eyes. That's traumatizing as shit, man. That's fucked up. But nobody gave a fuck when Jake was going through it. You know, these fucking people, man, like they didn't give a shit, man. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai requireth that which is past, man. You know, period. Let's go to Job 21 real quick, and we're going to shut it down. Job 21 and 19. All right. It reads, Job 21 and 19. "Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty." All right. And you can only imagine, you know, hey, who have died that, you know what I'm saying, who have perished being innocent. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai from his throne every morning, every day. All right. Judgment rolls out from the throne, period. And this is what you're seeing. And this is a judgment, you know, and there's much more to come. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Next double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, even those that are scattered amongst the heathen nations that take on the appearance of those heathen nations. All right. This is not a black thing. All right. And, you know, hey, just continue to look at the downfall of this place, this wicked, evil present world. All right. These judgments are rolling out. And, hey, more shameful spewing upon these people's damn glory, man. So with that, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, my brothers, Shalom.